So, shall we start? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we have covered chapter, what we say, chap, we have covered chapter 5 and 6 earlier. Okay. So, now
Chapter.
we will see this chapter 8, right? So, what is chapter 8? Basically, it's about South America, its location and physical features. Okay. So, here we
Yes,
will
sir.
see some introduction about South America, its location, where it is located, what are the different boundaries of different countries, political divisions, like which countries comes and what are the capitals and physical features. So basically, South America is the fourth largest continent in the world. Okay, it has like 17.84 million square kilometers area. What is the first largest continent? We have Africa, we have Asia, and then becomes the North America, and then the South America. So South America is the fourth largest. What is its area? 17.84 million square kilometers. So it is five times more than the size of India. If you look at the size of India, it is like five times the more than the size of India, and it has a wide variety of natural resources like forest, wildlife, water, fisheries, minerals, energy resources. So this is small introduction about it. And what are the location, means where it comes in the southern hemisphere. Like if we see in the next map, it comes in the southern hemisphere of the globe. So in the north south extent is about 7640 kilometers. From north to south, it is roughly 7640 kilometers, and from east to west, it is 4900 kilometers. The equator passes through its northern part, and Tropic of Cancer cuts through the middle of the continent. So this is important question. What is the line that passes through the northern part of South America? In the today's morning class, also teacher is telling this question, and the answer is equator. And what is the line that cuts through the middle of this continent? It is Tropic of Capricorn. And two-thirds of South America is in the tropical zone. So if we look like the entire continent, almost two-thirds is covered in the tropical zone. So what are its boundaries? It's a triangular in shape, like we will see in the next page. The map of the South America. It's a triangular in shape, tapering towards the south. And in the north, it is joined by North America, and there is a narrow strip of land called Isthmus of Panama. So, what is the Isthmus of Panama? This is important question. It's a narrow strip of land connecting North America and South America and dividing the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. It is bounded by Atlantic Ocean in the east and Pacific Ocean in the west. And Central America Caribbean Sea lies to its north, and southernmost tip of South America is known as Cape Horn. This is also important question. What is the southernmost tip of South America? It is called Cape Horn, and Magellan Strait separates it from the island of Terra del Fuego. And there are few islands of the coast of South America, like we have Trinidad, Tobago, West Indies. These all islands lies to the north, and you have Galapagos in the northwest, and you have Falkland Islands in the south. So this is also important. What are the islands that comes in the south of South America? It is Falkland Islands. And this is the important. The continent of South America, along with the Central America, Mexico, West Indies, is called Latin America. This is important. What is Latin
Yes.
America? The continent of South America, along with Central America, Mexico, and West Indies. This is because why it is called Latin America? Because it is colonized by Spaniards and Portuguese. These South American countries, the Mexico, West Indies, these islands, these are all colonized by Spaniards and Portuguese. and they speak Spanish and Portuguese. And these languages are developed from Latin. So these are like Spanish and Portuguese or Latin languages. And since these two are the languages that is spoken by most of the countries in South America, it is also called Latin America. Since these languages have developed from Latin, the area inhabited by Latin speaking people is came to be known as Latin America. So Latin is one from where these languages came. Latin languages, we say, like for example, in India we have different languages: Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam. These are all like basic came from Sanskrit. Okay, so Sanskrit is like the mother, and then the other came. Similarly, from the Latin language, we have like Portuguese and Spain, and these are the countries, Portuguese and Spain. These are all countries that are there in South America, the Mexico, West Indies. These are colonized by these people, and that's why it is called Latin America, because these people spoke the Latin language, which is Portuguese and Spanish. That is important. Five countries in the south countries are Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. These are crossed by Andes and are known as Andean countries. This is also important. What are the Andean countries? Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, and Bolivia. So there are the mountains that are covered in these Andean countries. Those are called Andes Mountains. Okay. Now, discovery and exploration. Before the Europeans arrived in South America, it was inhabited by Red Indians. We will see how they look like in the next page. This particular continent is inhabited by Red Indians, and they reached the continent around 11 to 14,000 years ago. The first European to reach South America is called Christopher Columbus in 1498. Who is the first European to reach the South America? He is the Christopher Columbus,
Col-
and he reached in 1498. Okay, this is important. Next,
yes, sir.
Europeans penetrated inland and forced the native Red Indians to work in mines, agricultural fields, and plantations. So once these European came, they pushed the what do you say, the Red Indians down south, and they made them to work like mean works, like say agriculture, mining, and the plantations, all those things. The Red Indians died of ill treatment and exposure to diseases brought by the Europeans. So they don't have much immunity or exposure. So they died of the diseases like measles, smallpox. These are all the diseases that are brought by the Europeans. And so since they don't have the immunity, they died. So many people died. Okay.
Yes,
Next, we have the next page. We go to the next page. So this is the next page. Okay. How
yes.
I let me, yeah, but this is very small. Just one moment. Okay, it's okay. We can. I think it is opening in Paint, but yeah, let me open with another thing. Let's say, so you can see this. Is this visible or clear? Is this clear, Liba? Liba, is this clear? Liba. Liba, is this clear? Voice nice. Liba, is this clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At present, red Indians are concentrated in Andean highlands. You see, these are the Andean highlands like Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. These are all like the Andean countries. Andean highlands, the highlands that are there in these countries, Andean, especially in Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, and West tropical lowlands of Argentina. So if you take this, like this is how the map looks like. This is the Brazil, this is the Bolivia, this is the Argentina, then you have Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, Chile. So these are all countries that are there. So total how many? One, two, three. This is Paraguay and Uruguay. So one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Around 12 to 13 countries are there totally. Okay. So what are those countries we can see here? The Brazil, Uruguay, means what are the Andean highlands he's telling here, where it is covered? Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and in west lowlands of Argentina, and Brazil and Uruguay. Okay, so these are all the political divisions of the South America. At present, South America consists of 12 countries, 12 independent countries, and an overseas territory of French Guyana. Okay, like if you see from this map, what is the biggest country in South America?
Brazil.
Brazil. Next biggest?
Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. Okay, of this country, Brazil is the largest, followed by Argentina. Brazil is the fifth largest country in the world. Brazil is also the fifth largest country in the world. What is the first largest country? You have Russia, you have China, then you have America. So next comes the Brazil. It's the fifth largest country in the world in terms of area and population. In fact, all countries of South America except Ecuador and Chile share their boundary with the Brazil. Brazil is so big. Yeah,
Your voice is not coming, sir.
sorry. What? What is your question? Hello.
Hello.
What is your question?
Your voice is not coming, sir.
Voice not coming. Why? My voice is like 100%.
Like it's very low.
Yeah.
Now it's coming, but in the middle it's going very low.
But now it's okay, right? You can hear me, right?
Yes, now it's okay, sir.
Okay. What is the largest country in South America? It's Brazil, right? So, in fact,
Yes.
all countries of South America they share their border with the Brazil, except Chile and Ecuador. Like if you see Chile, it does not have the border of Brazil. Similarly, Ecuador here, it does not have the border with the Brazil. Remaining all countries in South America, they share the border with the Brazil. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And in South America, only two landlocked countries are Bolivia and Paraguay. What do you mean by landlocked country?
Mm. Land. Those who are joined by their land.
That country which is connected with the land on all sides. There is no water on any side. Like if you see Bolivia, it has Brazil here, it has Peru here, it has Chile here, it has Argentina here, it has Paraguay here. So it is covered by land from all sides. That is called landlocked country. Similarly, what is another one? Paraguay. See here, Paraguay. It is covered by, it has
Yes.
boundaries, borders with Bolivia, Brazil, it has Uruguay, it has Argentina. So it's another landlocked countries. These two only are the landlocked countries, and Chile and Peru are the only two countries which does not share. Sorry, Chile and which one? Ecuador.
Chile,
Chile and Ecuador
Ecuador.
are the only countries which does not share border with the Brazil. So the names and the capitals of these are given in the Next one, we'll see the name. So do you remember? Without seeing, can you answer?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. I will ask, what is the capital of Brazil?
The capital of Brazil.
Hmm.
Okay, 1 minute. I thought you were going to ask about which was the biggest and all.
No, no, capital I'm asking. This is important. At least one question
Acha,
will come from the exam.
Brasilia.
Brasilia. Argentina?
Um, uh, Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Argentina, Buenos Aires. Then the important one is Venezuela. What is the capital of Venezuela?
Caracas. Caracas.
Caracas. Recently, what Trump did, he's the president of US, and he has captured the president of Venezuela, and he stays there in Caracas. So he did the military operation. He captured the president of Caracas, Maduro, and his wife Cecilia, and he took them to US. So in that sense, you can remember Venezuela capital Caracas. And next important capital here is Peru. Peru is Lima. The capital of Peru is Lima. And Brazil is Brasilia. You can remember. The next important is Chile. Chile capital is Santiago. So at least you should
Yes, sir.
remember this. Argentina, Brazil, Chile, and Peru. These things at least you
Yeah.
should remember. If you can't remember all 12, at least you should remember these four countries and the capitals. So what are the physical features? Like if you look at the physical features, it is the of great contrast. Why? Because it has western mountains, which we just said as the Andes mountains on the western side. It has central lowlands, or they are also called central plains. Okay, then it has eastern highlands on the east side, and then west coastal strip. That west coastal strip is what? Narrow strip of land between the mountains and the ocean. That is the west coastal strip. So these are the physical features. Earlier we saw political divisions of South America. That means what is the different countries, what are the capitals, that we saw. The physical features are what it is covered with in terms of forest or mountains or plains or lowlands or plateaus or coastal strips, what it contains. Those all comes under physical features. So western mountains. These mountains are also known as Andes mountains. Just now as told, on the western side we have the Andes mountains, and from the yeah, and from the second high, and they form the second highest mountain system in the world. What is the first highest mountain system in the world? It is Himalayas, which is to the north northeast of India, and like towards China, in between India and China. Himalayas is the highest mountain range. Then you have the second highest mountain range, which is the Andes mountains. Okay, they run from north to south to the whole length of western coast, from north to south to the whole length of western coast. And this is important. Lake Titicaca is the largest lake of the continent. The largest lake of the continent is Lake Titicaca. Okay, so these things you have
Yes,
to
sir.
remember here. And this is also important. Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador, like this has the highest active volcano. Mount
Okay,
Cotopaxi,
sir.
in like it was asked in the today's morning also, that is in Ecuador. It has the highest active volcano. And Mount Aconcagua, it is also called the roof of America. Aconcagua is called the roof of America. And these two are important peaks, Chimborazo and Cotopaxi. These are the important peaks. So here you need to learn about Mount Aconcagua, which is in Argentina, and you have Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador. The second one you need to remember, and third one is Mount Aconcagua, which is also called the roof of America. Aconcagua is called the roof of America. Then Mount Cotopaxi, that is in Ecuador, and these are having the highest active volcanoes on Mount Aconcagua in Argentina. These things you need to remember. Apart from Lake Titicaca, it is the largest lake in the continent. This is about the physical features in the, like, say, western mountains. Then we come to the central plains. Plains means what? The plain, like where the land is very fertile, where you can do the plain lands. They form a vast stretch of plains which lie between Andes Mountains and Eastern Highlands. So on the western side you have Andes Mountains. On the eastern side you have Eastern Highlands, and below you have Central Plains or Central Lowlands. Okay, so in between those two, like the Eastern Highlands and the Western Andes Mountains, you have the Central Plains. They are also known as what they are also called.
Um, Eastern Highlands.
No, they
And
are
then
also known as Central
Central Lowlands.
Lowlands.
Sorry, sorry.
They are also known as Central Lowlands. Okay, they are also known as Central Lowlands, and they consist of all these things: Orinoco, Amazon, and La Plata. Just remember, the Central Lowlands consist of Orinoco, Amazon basin, and La Plata. Okay, so we stop. Means we don't go in depth of these three things because it may confuse you. And next we go to the next page. The next page is the fifth page. So here what we need to learn and remember is, I will tell you. I'll make it somewhat bigger.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Eastern Highlands. Eastern Highlands. Four things are there. No, Western Mountains. We have seen Central Plains or Central Lowlands. The third thing is Eastern Highlands. These highlands covers one third of the South America. The Eastern Highlands cover one third of South America. They are older and lower than the Western Highlands. They are older and lower than Western Highlands. These are basically made of igneous rocks, sandstones, and lava flows. So, what are the Eastern Highlands? They consist of Guyana Highlands in the north of Amazon River and Brazilian Highlands towards the south. Eastern Highlands consist of Guyana Highlands, Guiana Highlands in the north, and Brazilian Highlands in the south. Okay, then the Brazilian Highlands rise gradually towards east and drop sharply towards the coast. Yeah, this you need to remember. The Angel Falls is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall. It lies in the Guyana Highlands. The Angel Falls is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfalls, and they lie in the Guyana Highlands. And this is also important. The plateau of Patagonia lies in south of the continent, in the rain shadow area of Andes. So today in the morning, the teacher is telling what is the rain shadow area. So that area basically covered by the rain, means the shadows that are formed because you have the rain throughout the year in the Amazon basin. um, that area which basically covered is called the rain shadow area. It is a cold desert. The plateau of Patagonia is a cold desert. Normally desert means what? It's like hot sand, everything, but this one is like the cold desert. Then you have the west coastal strip. This is also important. It is a narrow strip of land flanked by high mountains on the east, Pacific Ocean on the west. The width of the strip varies from north to south, being widest in the north. The area is prone to earthquakes because of volcanic activities and nearby mountains. This is called the west coastal strip. So, what is west coastal strip? Narrow strip of land between high mountains in the east and Pacific Ocean in the west. That is the west coastal strip. Then you have the rivers of South America. What are the rivers? The largest is the Amazon River. The largest river in South America is the Amazon River. And what are its tributaries? Negro, Maranon, Madeira, and Tapajos. Negro, Maranon, Madeira, and Tapajos. These are the tributaries of Amazon River. So it rises from the Andes Mountains in Peru and is the world's second longest river after Nile. Nile is the first longest river that lies in the Egypt, which we have seen in the earlier chapters. And after Nile comes the Amazon River basin, which is in the South America. And Madeira is the largest tributary of Amazon River. Just now we have seen it has four tributaries: Negro, Maranon, Madeira, and Tapajos. Okay, out of all this, Madeira is the longest tributary of the Amazon. Okay, like if you see here, this is the Angel waterfalls, the highest waterfalls in the Guyana Highlands. So this is about the rivers of South America. Then we go to the, I think it's the last page. Go to this one. I think in 5 minutes or 10 minutes it will close. So this is the summary. Like you see, what are the political divisions? Means what are the different 12 countries and what are the physical features in terms of western mountains, the coastal lowlands, the eastern highlands, and the west coastal strip. And what are the rivers of South America? Like you have Amazon River basin, you have Panama, Parana, Paraguay. These are all the different rivers that are there. So this is the summary of that one. So this completes the eighth chapter. Tomorrow we will try to do the ninth chapter, and after that we will try to finish the history. In history, I will tell only like important lessons like say Chandragupta Maurya Empire, Gupta Empire, and the Mauryan Empire. And remaining chapters, I will try to like see. I will show the questions and I will tell the answers and I will try to explain. So remaining 3 4 chapters, we will try to cover that one. Okay, so with that we will be finishing history, but there is still one lesson in the geography, which is the ninth chapter, that we will be seeing tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we'll stop here. I will like I think I have